Welcome to this look at some sweet new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, these are mods for Friday the 21st of March. We've got some updates too. The map Prairie Farm, Michigan by Taylor Farms has had an update. I panicked, but don't worry, no new save game is required. That is my current Let's Play map. The Screw Conveyor by Piesel. The Toolbox by Schultz Modding. That doesn't say, but that is new to console. That was part of, or is the update. The Old Barn by Patty and the Anywhere Object Storage by Argsy Gaming have all had updates. I'm going to start with the Toolbox by Schultz Modding. Just here. This is a toolbox. It says workshop. Your vehicles need to be to the front of this, or I mean this one's just to the side. Comes up workshop. This is repair only, not repair and repaint. As you can see, I've got a couple of things that I can repair and repaint. This is mobile. You can move this around. You can take it anywhere you want on the map for doing work during the day. If you happen to leave it somewhere, you forget where it is, or you've dropped it in a field to do some repair work by the side of a field, don't worry, because wherever you first place it, for example, I've placed it here on this map for doing the mod review. When you save the game and come back out again, when you come back, it will be right where you first placed it. So you want to place it somewhere where it's out of the way, or somewhere where you want it to be most of the time, but you can move it around. It is not liftable by hand. You are going to need a pallet truck. You are going to need, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Front loader tool. We've got a couple of the big bag, or the bag handlers now that have got tension straps. We can load them up onto things, transport it around wherever you want to go, so you can make any of your vehicles a mobile repair, he says, and doesn't get in the thing properly, but you know, of course it's a mod review. Why would this work properly? That's a bit better. Should we try that again? There we go. And then I can close the back on that, drive that wherever I want to go, and I still get to hear. There we go, tension belts. But as you can see, look, whilst on the back here, there we go, vehicle options. So I've still got my Jungheinrich behind me. You might have that overhanging a little bit, or however you want to do it, but you will get the option come up, so you can run it out of the back of a piece of equipment, have it sideways on, however you want to do it. It's entirely up to you. That's the Toolbox by Schultz Modding. It's 0.34 megabytes download. It's 4 slots, 75 to buy, and you will find it's actually under placeables, under build mode, under tools. There you go, just there for 75. Nice. That's by Schultz Modding. Have I mentioned it's by Schultz Modding? There we go. I like Schultz Modding. Next we got this Deko Stones T and L Big Pack 1 by ZoddelZockt, 8.43 megabytes download. These are 4 slots for all of them. They're all under decoration. They're all 50. And customization options, as you can see, we've got an old style look. We've got one, I don't think I can put the other one out. We've got one where it's got like the form lines on it. A newer type, an older type, and a more kind of weathered type, as you can see. Now what I also checked was, could you make like a silage clamp, or not a silage clamp, but a bunker out of this where you could put grains and store and stuff like that. So I brought some wheat out to pile up against it to see if it would bleed through, and unfortunately it does. It is a decorative item, so you can use it for barriers and things like that. You might have something on a storyline you want to do, but I thought I'd better check that, because I'm sure the first question people ask is, can you make a clamp out of that? So I thought I'd better check. If we go into our build mode, come down to decorative items, cross there to decoration on the very end. Again, I'm not going to run through all of them, but we have all different options, like straight panels, curve at one side, straighter on one side rather than a curve, and then we've got slightly smaller sections. That's not small, that's a corner section. So the difference is, as well, look on the side there, there's your T, so it's an upturned T shape, that side and that side. This one is an L, comes down and comes out to that side, and the smaller ones are more pronounced L's, don't have really a tail on them, so that's your T and your L, and you see on this one it's a smaller one. And with all of them, press on R3, so we've got that one, concrete with shuttering marks, we've then got old concrete, scratched concrete, rough concrete, discoloured concrete, and then back to shuttering marks again. So you can have a fiddle around with those, and like I say, you might immediately think, oh, I've got the perfect idea for that. I know what I'm going to do with it. That's the Deko Stones T&L Pack 1 by ZoddelZockt. Behind that, actually it's probably a good time to show this, we've got this. This is the Broom. This is by Puszkap. 0.16 megabyte download, 2 slots. You'll find it under miscellaneous. Not under hand tools, interestingly, but under this one here. just there, the Broom mod. So this allows you to sweep up messes, wherever it might be. If you've got something in the way, I mean, you can use the landscaping tool if you want to. It does say be careful, don't brush too hard, don't put it too firmly on the ground, otherwise you might drop it. But swing that down, and what should happen is, so the spill, the mess I made, it doesn't go into this, it doesn't have a capacity, this just cleans up the mess. There you go. So it doesn't matter that I spilled all that, because we have just cleaned it all up. So again, it might be for a more immersive gameplay thing, it might be for playing multiplayer, it might be, you know, someone's made a mess and needs to clean it up. There you go. There's the broom, you can use it for that. There's no options on it, you get it just as it is. That's the Broom By Puszkap. Next, now I'm going to try my hardest. I don't think this is going to be a one-part one again. It shows on consoles about 38 mods. One of the packs is definitely 11 items in it. I've got packs with 9 items, 13 items. Well, the Deko Stones was 13, 6, 2, 4, 4. You know, I reckon we're well over 60 mods again. So it's probably going to be 2 parts, and I can only apologise that the way I do the mod reviews, that's just the way it will be, unfortunately. So sorry, I am trying, I really am. Next we've got this. This is the Manure Pit by Radix Games, 1.96 megabyte download, 5 slots, 2,000, 100,000 litre capacity. You'll find it under our build mode, under silos. That's what I'm going to stop doing as well. There we go, 2,000. 100,000 litre capacity, as I said. This needs to be placed next to a cow barn, cow pasture, or pigs, anything that will produce manure. You place this plate down and it will gradually fill up with manure. And you can take the manure out from here to 100,000 litre capacity. Nice and straightforward. Can't go wrong, can you? That's the Manure Pit by Radix Games. Next we've got this. You think, hang on, we've already got this. This is not this. This is what we're looking at on top. We've got the Solarpanels by farmerfivetom. This is 0.91 megabytes download, 2s on the slot counts. We've got small, medium and large, and then various different options within those. You'll see what I mean. Now, we go into our build mode, come down to our factory section, across to our generators, and then we come down to here. So we've got a small, medium and large, 10,500, 25,500 and 40,500. And you've got the amount of money you earn. Now, that's interesting that that's showing it's the same amount of money for each one. That can't be right. The small one on the website says income $5 an hour. The middle says $10 an hour, and the large says $20 an hour. But each of those says 0 to 480 per month. Anyway, regardless of what you're going to get, because most of the sheds and stuff you can get solar panels now, and it doesn't tell you what you're going to earn anyway. So I've put a solar panel on the roof, and you think, oh, that's pretty cool. Nice, you've got a solar panel. But these will work on multiple roof types. So if I go now to this one here, which is slightly larger, swing that round for my angle of my roof, and we come up to our roof. If I press triangle now, because I need to place it, you can see it's cutting into the roof. That's no good. So if we go into our customization option, we change the inclination until, hopefully, we find the one that fits our roof type. I mean, that's a little bit too big for that roof. Might change the inclination 1 more degree, maybe a little bit high on that. But we can try on other roofs as well. Let's see if we can get on that roof again. Maybe inclination alteration on there, 25 degree. It's probably because I didn't put the actual shed on with the toggle snapping. Maybe it's the next one down. Anyway, so you can fiddle around with the inclination. It's typical, isn't it? The first one will have no problem at all. Then I go to show this one and it doesn't want to know. Come on. Well, I suppose you can have it up a little bit if you wanted to have it to look like it's... Yeah, let's go for that one. So then you can place it on your roof with your solar panels. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, that's how it works. That's what it does. A small, a medium and a large. Click on your customization option, adjust the inclination, and you can put solar panels on pretty much any roof you want to. That's entirely up to you. That's the Solarpanels by farmerfivetom. Next, we've got the Silage Silo Pack by Piesel, 0.53 megabytes download. These are all ones. There are 9 in this pack. As you can see, I've already put some chaff in here because I want to double check something. The tyres mark out where the actual clamp is going to be, and to be fair, once I'd piled up and it started, that's the peak there, it didn't bleed out any further. on our edge. So we have got an edge. Sometimes they bleed out further than, so I always check them. If we come back into here and we go to our silos, we will see they're starting there. All of them are 500, interestingly, so it doesn't matter. So you've got small silos, 6x16, 6x22, 6x30, 8x16, 8x22, 8x30, that's on the mediums. Then large, 12x16, 12x22, 12x30. So there's our 9. What did I go with on this one? Yeah, so that one, as you can see, the footprint is a bit wider. I mean, it's sitting over the top of it, that's why the tyres are a little bit higher, but you can see it's a little bit bigger. So yeah, that's how they come. Place them down. There's no customization options. There weren't any customization? No. No customization options on them. Silage silo pack. That's by Piesel. Next, we've got the weighing station. There are 2 in this pack. If you're looking for a weighing station, this by Razak, 0.29 megabytes download, 3 slots each. We've got a small and a large. This you'll find under build mode and tools. Finally press the right button. So for 35 grand we've got the small, and then for 50 grand we've got the large. As you can see, the difference in the size. No customizations options on these either. Drive a vehicle on whatever you want, and it comes up on there how much it weighs. Again, straightforward. That's the weighing stations by Razak. Next, we've got the cellular antenna by ModPassion. This will earn you some money if you want it. This is 2.88 megabytes download, 5 slots. Press again R3. This you'll find under, again, build mode, factory section, out to our generators. Come down to there for 10 grand. And I think the price stays at 10 grand regardless, which I thought, well, I suppose we've got the government subsidy signs, and we have got these ones here, the rich state subsidy, those type ones. But anyway, this 10 grand customization option, you can earn 4,000 a month, 40,000 a month, 400,000 a month, or 4 million a month if you want to. And the price stays at 10 grand, whichever option you pick. There's no colour choice or anything like that, so you can place that cellular antenna wherever you want on your map, and you will earn that amount of money per month if you wish. That's the cellular antenna by ModPassion. Next we have got wooden shelter. Build mode and sheds is where you'll find it. Down at the bottom there, 15 grand. This is 7.91 megabytes download, 4 slots. This is by Mali Y2K3 Pavel, I think it is. And it looks like this. Swing around. Zoom in. No customization options, it comes like that. A small 4-bay wooden shelter, garage, by Mali Y2K3 Pavel. Next, we've got this. This is the machine shed with gas station. It's by Dithmarscher modding, 1.52 megabytes download, 15 slots, 35,000 to buy. You'll find this under build mode and sheds. There was no customization option for colour on this. I'm not going to go in and show you it. That's what I was going to stop doing. Help me with this in the comments if you want to. I always say the modder at the start. I say who it's by, I say the slot count, I say the megabyte download. Then I do the mod, and then I say, and that was by. I don't really need to be saying that, do I, every single time? Because I've said it at the start already. I just got into the habit of doing that, and that takes. I know it sounds ridiculous, but when you've got 60 mods, that takes time. Anyway, that's taken time saying all that. But so we've got this here. Gas station inside, pull up alongside, refill your vehicles. This is not one you refill yourself. This is a gas station. You just pull it up alongside and you refill, and it will charge you for refilling. As we can see, 5-bay garage. Now I've been having this thing as well recently. Light switch was, there you go, turn on shed lights. Where when it comes up area restricted, if you press to toggle the thing off, it then doesn't adjust the ground. So that's the problem you've got, is it gives you a flat price, but then it doesn't adjust the ground accordingly. So the problem I've got is when you've got slopes and stuff, if it says area restricted, I think, well, I'll just turn that off and I'll place it, and that's why that's dug into the ground, because it didn't adjust the ground for the building. So yeah, whether you're having the same issue, I've gone backwards and forwards trying all different things. It's an absolute pain, but it's a nice building, nice size. And like I said, that's only 35 grand. Craziness. Next, we've got this. This is the small garage. This is by, now again with these, I pick ones out. Some that I will show you in the build mode are because there's not too much to them. It's easy to look at and you can see. Ones like this at a gas station and stuff like that, I thought I'd have a look and see what the situation is it when you refill, you know, that kind of thing. This one I put out and you think, well, it's a small garage, why have you bothered? Because this one, the small garage, 10.53 megabytes download, it was 43 slots, and I thought, why is it 43 slots? That's crazy. 12,000 to buy. It's by Radix Games. You'll find it in a build mode and sheds. That's where you'll get it. There's no customization options, but look at the detail on it. That's why it's the slot count it is. So these sorts of ones, like I say, when you look at the slot count, I think that's high. I wonder why that's high. This is why it's high. At the end of the day, it's a small garage. I mean, we've had loads and loads of garages, loads and loads of sheds, but it's very cool. Light inside. Not bad at all. Next we have got, oh yeah, just behind here, the pile storage with roofing. This is by ZoddelZockt. These are 14s on the slot count. We have got 100,000 litre option, 1 million litre option and a 10 million litre option. And these will hold various different things, but they will only hold one thing. But this one is 100,000 litre capacity. So I'm going to come over to it, bottom right, it should say, there we go, I've got 77,000 litres of potatoes in there. So then I bought over something else to put in it and it wouldn't give me the option to tip into it. So it will only allow me to put one item in. This is a 1 million litre one. And I put in 100,000 litres of potatoes, came over with 500,000 litres of carrots, and thought, oh, was it stones? And it wouldn't give me the option to tip. So whichever one you pick, it will only allow one item in at a time. But they're not too expensive. Again, build mode and silos is where you'll find them. So here they are. And we've got, as we can see here, we've got a sort of newer concrete option and an older concrete option. New concrete, old concrete in each one. 23,500, 42,750 and 57,460. That's your 100,000 litre, your 1 million litre and your 10 million litre capacity. And as it says down there, this can store potatoes, sugar beet, red beet, carrots, parsnip, sugarcane, wood chip, beet pulp, silage, grass, hay, straw, chaff manure and stones. Bales and pallets are not accepted and it can be optionally covered. So whichever one you pick, like this. Again, the price for 10 million litres, 57 grand, and you know, it's not too bad at all. So you've got that as an option, customise that, we can go solar panel, but solar panel is not a solar panel, it's the roof option. So we've got yes for a roof panel, yes or no. And then we come down to our colour option and we can change the colour of that tarp cover, whatever it might be, like so. There you go. Not bad. That's the pile storage with roofing by ZoddelZockt. Behind that, this is representative of a pack of 4. This is the new wooden sheds, nicely made and detailed. There's no lighting on any of these, I don't think, and this is the only one that's got covering all the way around. But again, the wood on that, it looks like wood, even with the nail holes and stuff on it. I'm saying that the nail holes don't actually match up with the post. They do there, but maybe these were taken out of another building and repurposed. That's probably what it is. Actually, have we got post inside? No. I know it's picky. I looked at it, oh, that's really cool, and then suddenly realised that chimney is not coming out of this, that's coming out of something else behind. We'll get to that in just a moment. Build mode and sheds is where you find these. So we start there for 15 grand, that size. No customisation options, they come as they are. We then got for 20 grand, we've got this one. Then for 25 grand, we've got this one. And then for 30 grand, we've got this one, which is closed in. So that one is pretty much the same size, it's just open, and then that one's closed in for 30 grand. Again, not too expensive for the size of them, I have to say. Pretty good indeed. So that's the new wooden sheds. I didn't say it was by 13.89 megabytes download by MartinCz. 6 slots, 6 slots, 7 slots, and 7 slots for those. Next, we move over to, finally I've got to it. He'll be laughing, he'll be smiling. When this came out in FS22, this was one of those mod days where I was away on holiday and I didn't review it. And I met him at Lama and he said, he only done a couple of mods, and he said the only mod that I had out on console and you didn't review it. So I'm so sorry. But anyway, here it is on 25. So this is the Dessert Factory by twproductions, 9.12 megabytes download. 10 slots and 50,000 for the main building, and then the sell point is 8 slots and 1,000 to buy, and the sell point is nicely detailed out here to the front too. So the building itself requires quite a few inputs. I have got it running. I'm going to say it again and I'm going to forget again because I always do, but if I remember at the end I'll speed up time so we can see what the pallets look like. But if we come to the front here, There we go. There's our dessert factory. We can make chocolate brownie, chocolate fondant, chocolate mousse, creme caramel, strawberry jam, and strawberry sorbet. Incoming products: butter, chocolate, eggs, flour, milk, strawberry, sugar, and water. And then our outgoing products there. You can see how many we've got or what we've got for our capacities and capacities out. The recipes in the cycles a month aren't particularly high. They're, you know, I think all the recipes are 600 cycles per month. And like I say, the recipes are in their thousands. They're going to take a while. That being said, while I've been setting up this mod review, I switched them all on, and we're already up to 653, 653, 719 on the sorbet. So potentially by then we might already have some pallets anyway. If not, it might only take me an hour to speed up time to get them to produce. But anyway, that's that. Price-wise, let's go down to here. So there's our chocolate brownie over to the right. Dessert sell point. 3654. The Sell Everything's by Schultz Modding will take them as well, as you can see, not a bad price. Chocolate fondant, wowzers. Chocolate mousse, dude, chocolate mousse is worth a few quid. Let's find the, have we gone past it? No, the creme caramel, not bad price either. And then down the bottom we'll have our strawberry sorbet, strawberry jam, there we go, and strawberry sorbet. Okay, that's why the sorbet is running a little bit faster, because it's not worth as much, so you'll get more of that. And the strawberry jam. So prices are pretty good. Coming to our build mode, factories is where you'll find it. There's our building for 50 grand. No customization options. Lovely brickwork on this. Come across onto our sell points. Just there for £1,000, we've got our sell point, which is out front, which you've already seen. Over to the side here, putting in was done this side. There, taking out, the fact it's got a take out trigger, I'm assuming, because these should all come out as pallets. It'd be interesting if you brought a trailer over and you just got a trailer full of jam. That'd be absolutely nuts, wouldn't it? Same with sorbet, it'd melt pretty quickly, but I'm assuming this is where the pallets are going to spawn. We will see when we get some. You can't go inside the building, but nice animation with the smoke coming out as well, and the brickwork, let's say, looks absolutely fantastic. So there you go. That's the, I got to it. That's the dessert factory by twproductions. Next we've got the grain storage pack. There are 3 in this pack. Is it 3 or 4? 4, I think, in this pack. 13.93 megabytes download by Camelos0397. We've got 5 slots and 15,000, 17 slots and 35,000, 31 slots and 55,000. And then under decoration, we've got these concrete barriers. These ones were built into the mod. These ones I added on at the front. These concrete barriers on decoration. That flickering is me, because when I placed them, I tried to butt them up against each other and I overlapped a little bit. So that's not down to the modder, that's me, because I didn't place them particularly well. Apologies for that. But the concrete barriers were 2 slots and 50. That's so they're under decoration. So if we go into build mode and our sheds again, there's no customization options on these either. But we start here with the metal shed, which is that one there, for 15 grand. For 35 grand, that's that one there. And then for 55 grand, that's that one there. So, and these are, I mean, again, the level of detail, the concrete, I mean, it looks like concrete. It's very cool. Just a large storage building. I mean, that, in essence, that's what it is. There is lighting. Did I find light switches or not? Oh, yes, I did, over on the wall, yes. There we go. Very cool. Light switch on there. Let's close the door on that. We come around the back to the other one, the bigger one. This was that had a light switch. I'm going to double check this one, because this is a drive through this side. Now this actually, there was a previous version that had a pit, wasn't it? This one is a weighing station, I think it says. There you go. So this is with weighing station, this one here. We've got a little office here, and in the office we've got to switch lights on. But that just does the office light. I don't think it does any of the others. And I had to wander around. What I thought was obviously a light switch was here. You're joking me. It's because I came right. That did not come on yesterday. Light switches, I was just going to say, I couldn't find the light switch that worked. I don't understand that. Help me understand. There you go. Big old building. Weighing station through there. And your storage and stuff in there for whatever you want to store. It can be grains, can be equipment and machinery. That would be entirely up to you. So that's the grain storage pack by Camelos0397. Now we move on to the animal portion. So we start with these just here. This is the Cowshed 29 by 16 by Piesel. This is 16.45 megabytes download. We've got 30 slots. There are 2 of them. They're 55,000 each, and they will hold 60 animals. There's a with or without pasture option, and then we've also got a silage, a silage clamp, not a manure heap, a silage clamp that comes with this, which is 3 slots and 5,000 to buy. So we go into build mode, come down to our cows, and it's this one just here. So 55 grand, we've got just the base model like that, and the animals will be inside on that because that's without pasture. And then for 55 grand also you've got there, you can see the small pasture on the back, but you can extend that pasture out. So what I say, it holds 60 standard. If we then come from there and come to our silos, just there for 5 grand. Next to that, there you go, we've got our silage clamp. Again, no customization options, you can place it just as it is. What I will say though is milk point is just here. Again, with placing this, when I placed it, it left these lips. Again, it didn't want to, it didn't say area restricted, but it didn't really mould the ground. So I've got these big lips here where the doors open. This is your milk parlour section just here. We've got these doors open, this door. This ramp works absolutely no problem at all. Feed and bedding trigger went in here. Now, what is interesting is we have got animals inside, but if you look here, there's actually no door. There's no way for them to get, because if you build your own pasture, the fence comes out from here, and it comes back in this side, but there's actually no way for the animals to get in there. So it's gone from the without pasture, the pasture's been added on, but there's been no access point put in between the two. It's a minor thing, but it's there, you know, it's obvious. But the animals are showing in both. When I put this down, when I was doing all my prep, there were no animals inside the building, and I thought, well, that's weird if there's not going to be any animals. And like I say, I've got a big lip on the outside here as well, which you could probably do with a bit of landscaping. I would suggest with anything now, if you get the that message come up, and it can be difficult if it says area restricted or something comes up, flattening not available, you might have to come out, landscape and flatten the ground first and then do it. Landscape the ground and then put it down again. Trial and error, save your game, have a fiddle around to get it to place exactly how you want it to, because I'm not happy with how that placed, and that could just be down to a bit of landscaping. I don't want to say the mod's broken or anything like that, because that's a bit, you know, it's a bit alarmist. Slurry point is just here, dialogue box is just here, cow shed with pasture, 14 out of 95, so it starts off 60 as standard. I extended that pasture out and now it will hold 95, which is generally speaking what you can do with the pastures, and the silage clamp is just here. So that's the cow shed 29 by 16. Over here, I don't know what, yesterday, I'm recording this Saturday morning because again it was a lot of mods, took me a long time to prep, it was getting late, I'd been working all day and I must have been a bit delirious. I ended up setting up an entire farm. I kind of really got into this pack for some reason, and I kind of set up a whole, I don't know. This is the cow farm pack. There are 6 items in this pack. This by Camel0397, and I have to say I really do like it. 31.7 megabytes download. We've got a silo, 21,000 litre, 21 slots, 47,000 to buy with a 2,000 litre capacity, standard crop types. We've got a cow bum, 25 slots, 85,000 to buy with 120 animal capacity. We've got a shed, 12 slots, 43,000 to buy. Farmhouse, 15 slots, 25,000 to buy. Under containers, 9 slots, 10,000 to buy with a 12,000 litre capacity for liquid fertiliser and herbicide tank. Then we've got a sheep pen just to our left here, and that was 23 slots, 45 animals in that. No customisation options on any of these, so the sections you will find them cows under cows, sheep under sheep, farmhouse under farmhouses, silo under silos. Under containers is where you find the liquid fertiliser and herbicide tank, and the shed was under sheds. Nice and straightforward. This was just a sign out of the base game pack that I put in, because why not? Anyway, so sleep trigger at the front here, wardrobe trigger is around the back, just there. This does say in the description, actually, I better double check this, because it does say in the description. Let me go and check it. I'm sure it says about picking up. It says, note, manure can only be filled with a shovel or trailer. And I think shovel, it means a bucket on a telehandler or something like that, which is fairly standard, really. So, slurry point and manure heap, I think, is here. So this is your manure bit. Although, I think producer already says slurry, but it doesn't say manure. but I'm assuming that's what there. That's the manure and that's your slurry. Yeah, I would think that's right. Milk point is just here. It's the detailing on it as well is really nice. It looks weathered, it looks older. And now I found with this, bedding went in no problem at all. Not bedding, food went in no problem at all. But I couldn't get the bedding trigger to work for straw bedding with the trailer. So I ended up bringing bales. I put a bale over the rail and it took it no problem at all. So a bale shredder will probably work along the side of here. You might get a trailer to work. I tried tip side left, right. I went backwards and forwards all over the place. There you go. Light switch was over here on the wall. There you go. Switch our lights on and off for our cow pen. Over the sides here, we've got shed. But this is a silo, like I said, 200,000 litre, standard crop type, in and out is both done here. Lighting on the wall just there as well. And then around the sides here, we've got storage building, doors open and close just there. As you can see, now shed just over here had a light on it as well. Where was the light switch for this here? Just on the end here. Not a bad size shed either. Liquid fertiliser and herbicide tank. 12,000 litre capacity. I've got a bit of both in here, so I can click on that now, and whatever capacity I've got left, I can then adjust and put some more in, some less in. You can put all of one, none, whatever you want to do. Like I said, that's under build mode and containers is where you find that. So that's not attached to that building, that is separate. And just over here, we've got our sheep, goat, pen, barn. This does have an option here for, there you go, move ladder. Stores ladder away. Come back, move ladder, which gives us the ability to use the hayloft above. Very cool indeed. Lights on and off, as you can see there. Our feed trough, or sorry, a dialogue box is just here for our animals. This one you can't adjust the pen size, it's 45 regardless, but the feed trough trigger was just here, backed in, and then we went, and our pallets of wool will spawn here. Our milk, did I have a milk trigger? Where was the milk trigger? Was that around the other end? That's a good point. Where's our milk trigger? I set it all up and didn't even think to check that. It's not showing wool or goat milk yet, but potentially, no. The bucket, would it be? Not a trigger inside, is there? Don't know about that one. That's a curiosity. But anyway, all of that pack, a lot going on. The cow farm pack by Camelos 0397. Then we move over to this side, in complete contrast to this, the modern pack. So this is the modern cow barn and garage pack, also by Camelos 0397. 9.57 megabytes download. Cow barn, 17 slots, 120,000 to buy, will hold 150 animals, and they are inside. There's not a pasture for this one. And then the shed next door is 6 slots and 30,000, which you'll find under sheds. So animals and cows, sheds next door. Milk point is here. Light switch for the outside, just there. I don't think that does inside as well. I'm sure there was a light switch in there. I couldn't get this door to open to get into the milk parlour. Not that you necessarily need to, the trigger's on the outside just there. These doors, when they open and close, let you have the drive-through here for your feed and your bedding. The trigger will both lie here for feed and bedding. If we close that down, we can open this side door just here. This gate will open and close. If you're wanting to go in there, you don't have to go in there. What I will say is the feed trough trigger came up pretty much all the way along here, and it is kind of shown to you already. The straw trigger didn't come up until I was up to this section here, and there is some straw on the floor there to kind of give that indication. And that fills up the bedding area for straw just over there. But again, with all of these, if you want manure, you have to put a manure heap in. I don't think any of these came with a manure heap. Actually, that one did, didn't it? That little manure trigger on there. Dialogue box is just there for our 120 animals. I've got 20 in there. 120. Sorry, I don't know. Did I say 150? I did say 150. 150 animals, and our slurry point is just here. Then the sheds around the sides here. Voila. Side door, front door, depends how you view it, depends which way you've placed it. That's the front door, that's the side door. If you place it this way around, if you place it that way around, that's the front door, that's the side door. You choose how you name your doors. That's entirely up to you. Light switches just here for our lights on that barn as well. So there we go. That's the Modern Cow Barn and Garage Pack. That's by Camelot0397. I've got to stop doing that. I'm just so ingrained into me. We've done the broom already. Counterweight, I'll show you while we're here. So we come to here. Under our weight section, counterweight, 750, 900 by 2 slots. We've got 50, 100, 200, 400, 500, 550. Did I put on the back? Yeah. 550, 600, 750. Design 1 and 2 puts that on. 3 puts that on. 4 does that. 5 does that. And then if you want to go the full Monty, go extra extinguishers, you can go with that. So there we go. That's the counterweights. That's 1.23 megabyte download. That's by MelMax. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard Titan 19.5, 1.24 megabyte download, 1 slot, 6 meters wide, by Classic American Icons Modding and Balog 2003. You will find it under. It was under Levelers, wasn't it? There you go, just there. Options of this, we can change the main colour. Nice and straightforward. 3-point link mounted, so you can put it onto anything. I put it on the back of this. I left it over here because we've got that pile, and I just thought of all the things we might want to move around. We have got the option to raise and lower the leveler automatically by pressing circle, which does that, which might lift your wheels off the ground depending on what you're doing it with. Or L1, right stick up and down. It actually moves pretty quickly side to side. We haven't got any option for twisting it. It is literally up and down and then like that. And it should shift most stuff. I mean, you know, depends on the oomph of your vehicle. You'd need to be a little bit lower, but you know, you can see where it's going. I mean, that's what it's designed to do. Well, let's tilt that a little bit. There you go. It's a leveler, and it will move all sorts of stuff. I'm pretty sure Classic American Icons, we haven't had anything from them yet on 25, but looking at the pictures, we had some different packs with big buds and stuff, didn't we, that had front attachers for these blades. So potentially that'll be coming. We've just got the blade first. But anyway, there we go. That's the Lizard Titan 19.5 by Classic. Stop. That's the Lizard Titan 19.5. Next, I'm going to show you it in the build mode. We have got under, I think it was front loader tools. Let's just double check. Just there, we've got the Selfmade Bale fork by Greenlandfarming MarcoMarco, 2.41 megabytes download and 1 slot. Options of this, we can change the frame colour and the spike colour, which as you can see is fairly straightforward and obvious what that means. But it's just for front loaders on a tractor or a front loader vehicle. It's a barrel spike. Self-made. There you go. Next also, oh no, this was under telehandler tools. Come down to here. So I've got one of these out, but I'll show them in here. So these are 2 separate packs. This is the Taylor Attachments Bag Lifter by RossN Mods, 2.65 megabytes download, 1 slot. Then we've got the Taylor Attachments Manure Fork Pack, 7.33 megabytes download, 1 slot and 1 slot. So the bag lifter will take up to 4 bags. We've got standard attacher type Q-fit, back again. And then these, we've got this one here, which is standard at 1,760 litres, or the HDX at 2,600 litres. That is a chunky boy. Chunky boy. Attach type again, standard or Q-fit. And then we've got the larger one there, standard or Q-fit, that's 3,300 litres. And it shows down the bottom, this will do your silage crop type things. It is a manure fork for those kind of items. Now I did get the big bag lifter out, and I think I had it just over here. Both of those packs by RossN Mods. As you can see, now this isn't one where you attach, this was skills to pay the bills. Yeah, this isn't one where you hover over it and it says attach or detach. Where that says detach now, that will detach the entire fork. I don't want to do that. But this was simply driving in and out through the loops. You can pick 1 bag up, 2 bags up, 3, 4, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you, but that's what it is designed to do. There we go. So the Taylor attachments, both packs There we go. Next, Seed Runner making another welcome return. This is from Schultz Modding, 9.13 megabyte download, 6 slots. I have already got it loaded. There are some instructions that come with this. So this can be put onto any trailer you want, and it can be strapped down. You enter this to use it. So it's a separate entity, a separate vehicle. When you want to fill it up, if you drive under a buy anything silo, a silo, whatever you want to do. If you do it with bags yourself, it will automatically pour in. But if you're going to do it from something else, you need to drive under whatever you're going to load from, then get into the vehicle, and then it'll give you the option to refill. That's quite straightforward. If I jump into here, it'll give me the option to start engine. Then we have got open cover. Now, as you can see, I've got in there, bottom right, it says 40,000 litres. There are different capacities on this. This is the unreal capacity. I've got 40,000 litres of seed, 40,000 litres of pig food, and there's all sorts of stuff you can put in this. We'll see that in a moment. But then when we put the pipe out, so pipe out 1, when it goes out, it'll be on the pig food side. So do that. So that will allow me to unload pig food. R1 now, and right stick side to side, gives me the adjustment for up and down. So depending on what you're going to unload into, you might not want it on a trailer this big, you might want it on a smaller trailer, a lower trailer, you might want it on a higher trailer. It depends what you're going to be loading into. So that does that. Then the next one, if I do pipe out 2 seeds, it will change it, and now that's switched to seeds. So depends which one you want to unload from. Make sure you've clicked on the right one, otherwise you're unloading the wrong thing. Press it again and it will go pipe in. That's how it operates. Now, what it does say in the description as well, be careful, especially when you've got this much in it. To load it onto a trailer or whatever you're going to do, you can use forklifts, you can use pallet forks on wheel loaders, telehandlers, whatever you want. Whatever item you've got that you want to load it on with, this does load on with the big bag handlers with ratchet straps, because that's how I load it on. But load it on and off empty. Do not try and load this on full, because it's very, very heavy. Especially if you've gone for the unreal capacity, because it's an absolute weapon in that capacity. You'll find this under auger wagons, because it has an auger pipe. So now that one, Seed Runner for the Fibre Dash. Now we don't have the Fibre Dash on 25 yet. Again, I'm assuming it's coming. So that's the Fibre Dash option. This is the one you're probably going to want. I mean, they're the same thing, but that one is designed specifically for the Fibre Dash. So this one here, like that. So capacity standard at 8,000 litres or 80,000 litres. So 8,000, it'll be 4,000, 4,000 each side. And as you've already seen, the 80,000 litre. Main colour does that section. Design colour does that section. Next design colour does the cover. And the next design colour, all the bits down the bottom that are white, let's go pink, does all of that. So those are your choices. Actually, it did all the sides of the decals, didn't it? The decal, did that change? Let's change that to something else so we can see. Yeah, change the decal edges as well. So there we go. That's your options for setting up. That's how you run it and operate it. I'm not going to try and take that off because, like I say, it has got 80,000 litres in it. That's going to be quite heavy. Awesome. I mean, it's back. It's there, and it's a very, very useful bit of kit. That's the Seed Runner. Next, again, I'm not getting a lot of these next ones out. Did I? One I did, but the next 2 or 3 I didn't. So we'll get on. These might end up being part 2. I'm thinking I was really cracking along then. I thought we might do this, but I've still got quite a few to go. So we'll go into this in just a moment. In here, and we come down to Ploughs. We've got the PLN Plough Pack. The PLN 335, 435 and 535. So this is by FarmCat, 4.01 megabyte download. 2 slots on each, 1.1 metre, 1.4 metre, 1.7 metre. The options are the same on all 3, so it doesn't matter which one you go for. Actually, no, that's not true. That one has the option for cool to on or off and main colour. Then the next 2 have the option for cool to on or off, then universal or MTZ tractor option for attachment, then main colour. And they plough. They're ploughs at those widths. That's what they do. Nice and straightforward. That's the PLN Ploughs Pack by FarmCat. Next after that we'll come down to, again, just here, tedders. Ted your grass, turn them into hay. This is kind of like a hay bob. type version. So the Z525. This is by Puszkap, 4.62 megabytes download, 4 slots, 2.7 meters wide. Options on this: it starts on stickers 2, but then goes stickers 1, which I think just puts them on the top section there. No stickers at all, back to stickers 2. Main colour and design colour, fairly straightforward. All the bits that are red are the main colour, design colour are your tine section. It's a 2.7 metre tedder. There you go. Next we've got this. I just want to double check this. Actually, I'm going to go and grab a mower. This is the APV GK300 M1 Full Edition by Weekend Farmers Taxes Gyorzi Manu. 6.26 megabytes download, 5 slots, 3 meters wide. You'll find it under Grassland Care, just there. So we do have the option on this. Well, it's on it already, but there's a 200 litre seed tank, so you can do oilseed, radish or grass as a cover crop if you want to. So this will act as a weeder grassland roller, which I'm going to double check now. I haven't put any seed in the one I've got. 90 horsepower required, no other options, it comes just like that. Bear with me a second while I just go and grab a mower, because I just want to double check something. I don't have any small weeds, so the thing about this is if this weeds under the Grassland Care, all of my weeds are monsters, and it doesn't like any. It doesn't even take out the small ones in between, and the small weeds can only be done in the first growth stage of a crop. So yeah, there's that to it as well. Okay, so what will often happen with the Grassland Care rollers, those kind of things, is that when you cut your grass, you can then roll over the grass and it will give you a fertilising state technically for free. Like I said, we have got the option, if you look bottom right, we can go grass or oilseed radish if we fill up our little hopper. So we can, if we're weeding, if we're on another patch of ground, we can. Actually, I don't know if it'll work on a normal patch. We'll have a check on that in just a second. So what we need to do is turn this on, lower it down and then drive across here. It looks like it's going darker to me. And what we should be able to check now is if we go to here, there you go. So you see the section we cut takes you back a growth stage when you cut your grass, and then we come back across here with our Grassland Care roller / weeder, and we're getting a fertilising state from it, like that. Now I don't know if that will work on a regular field. Can we get free fertiliser because it will do a cover crop as well? Implies it will seed. So let's do that. Don't think so. Doesn't look like it's changing anything there. No. So it's only doing it on the grass section. But if we had a cover crop in there, we could put that in. It's only got a 200 litre tank, so you're not going to get a lot done. You might do it for a little bit of patchwork if you've missed some bits or stuff like that, maybe. But that's what it will definitely do for your grassland, like so. That's the APV GK300 M1 Full Edition. No. Yes, it is. Right, next. Have I got enough time to get the next couple in, potentially? Or should I do them on the next one? I might do them on the next one. Right, what we're going to do, yes. Just looking at my list. Yeah, we've got a few bits left. Right, so. This is where we're going to finish part 1. I'm going to speed up time. Let's see what some of these pallets look like. We'll jump ahead to... We shouldn't have any yet, I don't think. Oh, maybe we have. Hang on. There we go, look. Oh, brilliant stuff. We didn't have to at all. Right, so. Chocolate brownie, creme caramel, chocolate mousse. No, hang on. Yeah, chocolate mousse. Chocolate fondant and strawberry sorbet. So we did get some come out. That's pretty cool. Why have I stayed crouched? Oh, that was what is happening? Normally you just crouch like that and then stand back up again. Why am I not getting back up? That was really weird. Anyway, so actually let's double check something. Are these liftable? Oh, they're not liftable by hand. It's obviously something to do with it there. There's something there that's causing that. But anyway, there's our desserts from our dessert factory, which we can sell here for a nice little profit. Not bad at all. And that's it for part 1. Again, apologies. it'll be that I'll get to the point where I've got like 4 or 5 mods left, and I won't be able to fit it into part 1. And part 2 will be like 10-15 minutes long, so it makes sense to split it at this point. So part 1 of mods for Friday the 21st of March. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, join me on part 2 for all the vehicles, machinery, all those bits and bobs. And thanks for watching.